So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Wentz to throw on second down. And that'll be incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Wentz on third down. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Here's Bridgewater. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you work.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Play action now. Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. The swing pass caught. A good pickup there at 22. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Going to give this time to the tailback. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run?
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
2nd down following the run. Now Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the the Jets. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, and hit them over the top.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. Ooh, the juke. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And out now come the Eagles. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over. Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, Wentz. And some space here. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Bridgewater. Letting one go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And it's the Cowboys that have moved down to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And to give this time to the tailback. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Nick Jacobs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Cat and zero out now as he'll kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score in striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you'd worked on all week long.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right. That's caught right side by Anderson. Give him 30 yards there.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's third and 10.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On third down, Bridgewater. And Robinson with a big catch. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Derek Barnett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now Bridgewater. And this is caught at the 8. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Vinny Curry in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you up.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. After this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. The Jets on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 17. Play fake. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Denzel Perryman in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Meanwhile, down in Dallas. And really pouring it on now with the Cowboys. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They run the counter now on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaquille Barrett coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now a handoff as they run left side. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a handoff here to his running back. Down to the 25. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on third down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Jets on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is third down and 12. He'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot for the end. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is